My hair is not even remotely straight anymore, which is also something I said about myself when I was 23, so I guess we'll just roll with it. Okay, let's do this. I'm refilming this because I didn't like the way it turned out the first time. So, hi, I'm Laurie. I'm 32 years old. I live in Utah, which I've been here for 20 years, so I'm not Mormon. I was not born here. That's a question I get a lot from people who are out of state. I only spend some of my time reading. I typically read on a schedule from certain times of the day, and then outside of that, I don't read at all. It takes a lot for me to pick up a book and want to read it outside that scheduled time. I have a tendency to read books that are applicable to my actual life. I read a lot of books about depression when I was younger, a lot of fiction books, which is why things like Looking for Alaska by John Green was one of my favorite books, and 13 Reasons Why. I know it's a big controversy, but I loved it when I was like 13. I was a big fan of that book. The TV show, not so much, but don't come for me. These days, for reasons I probably won't disclose, I've been reading a lot about grief and cancer. And so 2 books I read recently that I really liked was Crying in H Mart. This is a very sad book, but it was very cathartic for me to read. It's beautifully written. And the other one that I read recently was Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi, which also, can we talk about how beautiful this cover is? It's so pretty. But this is about 2 sisters who have kind of grown apart as they've gotten older, but then one of them gets cancer and steals the other's identity in order to get health insurance. But those are the kind of books that I have been picking up these days, and I just love reading about things that relate to my own life, as sad as the books may be. The lighting has taken a turn because it looks like it's going to rain. Hopefully it's rain, because it's been snowing recently and I am sick of it. The reason I'm doing this is because my therapist has told me that I need a hobby, and I've gone through quite a bit of hobbies over the years, and I'm running out of them, if I'm being honest. I made this recently. I had it for 2 years and didn't have the motivation to actually put it together, and then in the last 2 weeks I almost finished it. So many tiny books to put together. And yeah, now that I don't have any miniatures to put together anymore, I need something new to do with my time, and the only other hobby I have is reading. And so I figured, why not just talk about reading a lot? Come here. No, I've been rejected. Are you confused about what's happening? If any part of me is blue, it is because I just ate a Fun Dip for the first time in 20 years, because my mother-in-law gave it to me in an Easter basket. I'm 32 years old, and it was wonderful. So, okay, I've moved locations, mostly so you can actually see some of my books. These ones are not mine, they're my wife's. And also, you can see this mini bookshelf that I made. Hold on. That lights up. I made it with those mini brand books that they came out with, and then I just glued lights on it and other shit. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm reading currently. I'm gonna keep just moving this all over the place because I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. The books I'm reading, which I'm currently taking kind of a break from because it's a cozy fantasy and I'm not quite sure that's my genre because it's just a little slow for me, but I'm reading Lonely Castle in the Mirror. It is about a girl who was bullied in school, and so she kind of drops out and finds a castle in her mirror that has a wolf queen that says if any of the kids that are there, if they can find a key and this wishing room, then they can have a wish that's granted for them. So it's pretty interesting. I'm 166 pages in. Okay, I'm also reading The Hex, or actually just Hex. This is a book that my coworker gave me. It's a horror book. Currently the dog has gone missing, so if he gave me a book that's about a dog that dies, I'm gonna be really upset. But it's about a witch that haunts, I guess, this town She basically just goes into people's houses and does whatever she wants. She just kind of stands there. And that's about it at the moment. I'm 152 pages in, but it hasn't been too scary so far, which I'm pretty happy about. Okay, can we try doing a book haul? Because that sounds like fun. I went to Vegas recently, not to gamble or to drink or do anything like that, but to visit my wife's grandma, so it's not as exciting as it sounds. But I did go to 2 bookstores, and I bought some books. So hold on a second. Okay, let's see if I know how to do this. First I went to a graphic novel store. We'll have to figure out what it was called. It was like Black Hawk Comics, I think, in Vegas. And I got 2 graphic novels. I got this one because it's Harley Quinn, and I love Harley Quinn so much. And it seems like they're always kind of rebooting Harley Quinn for a new series with new artists and stuff, which is very fun, but I can't keep up with it. So I have like one of each iteration, and that's it. And this is the first one, so it's probably the only one I'm gonna buy. And then I also bought this one that's called I Feel Awful, Thanks, which was just kind of a mood. So I bought it without really knowing anything about it. I think it's about mental health. Yeah, I think it's about mental health, and she's a witch and has a lot of anxiety and things like that. So that's exciting because I also have a lot of anxiety. And then we went to a bookstore called the Writer's Block in Vegas, and I got 2 books there. And I feel really smart for buying these books just because they seem like not my typical thing, and they seem more literary fiction-y. I don't know if they're actually literary fiction, but the first one is called Dogs of Summer. This is a gay book, I believe, about 2 kids, and one of them is slowly falling in love with the other, which seems pretty cool. I read the first sentence, and it was wild already, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then, oh, this one's a little ripped. That's okay. I also got Our Wives Under the Sea, which is a thriller, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But it's about 2 wives, and one of them goes on a deep sea expedition and something happens and she comes back wrong. So those are 4 books that I got. I'm pretty excited about all of them. I don't know when I'm going to get to reading them because these over here are the books I haven't read. So there's quite a few of them. Okay, we're back to over here. I think I'm going to end this and maybe do another one. I don't know. I assume I'll get better at this. It's a little difficult right now, but practice. I should practice. I feel determined to not give up this one, so we'll see what happens. Okay, bye.